wants to replace us, our economic system, with theirs. They want to be able to control a lot of people. They figure they're halfway there. They control about 3/4 of the people on the planet. They figure, so what's another 300 million in the United States? They have 1 billion people in their country that they control like this. And they figure another 300 million in the United States is a drop in the bucket. And they want to control us. And the best way to control us is they control our money. And what happens is to all your grandchildren and great-grandchildren after them will have to pay back that money to them with their labor. They'll have to work in places like this, and at the end of their paycheck will end up probably getting near to zero, because all that money has to be repaid in taxes to a foreign country. Is that okay with you people? I'd like to know. Is that okay with anybody here? It's not okay with anybody here. Well, it's not okay with me either. And I'm going to tell the Congress that. Because as you know, anytime that you owe somebody money, every time you bump into them when you see them, if you loan them $10, they say, hey, where's my 10 bucks? What do you think China's going to be telling us every now and then when they say, when we owe them $1.2 trillion with interest? They're going to say, hey, America, where's my $1 trillion? No, we don't want that paper. You guys got gold in Fort Knox? Give us that gold. We'll take all your gold. And if you want that gold back, we'll sell it back to you until you pay us off. In the meantime, all those 300 million people you have working now work for us. It's not such a good report I'm giving you, but I'm letting you know what's going on out there. And that the guy who's been in Congress these 22 years, he knew about it and let it happen. Didn't do much about it, because when I asked him about it, he voted for things that cost money that we did not have. He voted for things to spend money on things that we did not have. He did not have a business model that would help the people in this district. And then as a result, the taxes of the small business guy in our area went up so high. The property taxes that he has his business on, got to pay rent, went up so high that they had to start laying people off. Some of them even had to close, and other places just closed down shop and left. It's a big company in Rockland County on the other side of the river called Pfizer. They make pharmaceutical products. You know what happened to them? They couldn't afford to stay in business over there. They closed down the shop, and what they did was they fired 2,000 people. 2,000 people. That's more people than there are probably in this building. All right? 2,000 people lost their jobs. And only for one reason. Because of the government giving them, laying on them so many taxes, so many expenses, that they couldn't stay in business. They had to leave. When they did, we lost all those jobs. But Pfizer didn't go out of business. You know what Pfizer did? They went to India. And they gave those 2,000 jobs to people in India. And they're making a ton of money now. I had a way to figure out to keep Pfizer here. And that was, you know what the United States government should do to keep a business in business? It's let them make money. Let them make their money. Let them make their profits. Stop picking their pockets. It's the mafia that walks into a business and says, hi, if you want to stay in business, give me your money. The United States government is not the mafia, and it shouldn't behave like the mafia. It should let small businesses stay in business. It should let small businesses make their money. And when that happens, then they can pay the taxes regularly. Then those taxes cover our Social Security fund. Then those taxes keep our cost of living low so it doesn't have to be reduced. But I tell you what, it's a big mess. And I'm a crisis manager. So the good news is I know what to do. No biggie. Send me to Congress, and those people are going to learn a couple of lessons that were taught to me by my grandparents and folks like you. And that is, you don't spend money you don't have, and you don't take what's not yours. What do you think of that? Is that all right with you? You guys got any questions? You want to ask me any questions before we go to therapy?
Anyone have any questions?
I want to
Yes, ma'am.
I got chipped out of my husband's social security fund, and I'm not getting it, because when he left the job,
Wait.
he
Take
told
some
me
notes.
that, now I can't think straight.
Well, first of all, ma'am, what's your name?
Margaret Pavone, and that was my husband's name. My last name was Galati, and I lived there across the street from them. Park Hill.
Park Hill.
Yeah, I lived in that apartment. No, it was a private house. I can't even remember who